So how you guys doing?
Good.
We're great. We're great. Yeah, the morning has been nice so far. I met a couple of nice people at the convention.
Yes.
Right on.
Very quickly. We got here. We went to our table. We met a couple
We're there
of
for
lovely
like
people.
10 minutes, and now we're here.
Yeah.
So the show's been treating you well? I mean, unfortunately,
Yes.
I was only here for today. I'm usually here all the time.
How dare you?
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
messed up.
Life.
We've
Unfortunately.
been all right. Yeah, it's been nice. It's been a chill show.
Yeah. Nice to say hey to people. Nice to,
Roseville seems nice. We've been to the mall.
Yes.
No.
True.
So that was the
The
whole
Galleria.
Yeah, we
I
went to the
think
Westfield, and that was the whole experience of being here.
I've eaten at Lazy Dog twice.
Yeah, went to
Nice.
Lazy Dog.
That's a good place.
It was good.
Yeah, Lazy Dog's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I think obviously some of the most fun that we have at any convention is like when you drop into the voice and you see people's faces change because they can hear that it's different from yours. That's always a bit of a joy to see people go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun meeting people.
Like, I don't picture your face coming out that voice.
Yeah. But yeah, does anybody have questions they
We
want to
got
ask
this
us?
young lady here. She's been sitting here for a while. She'll
Okay,
be
let's do
first
it.
up.
All right.
Okay, I'm
Well, no,
short,
that's
but
just
I'm not that
low.
short.
Yeah, wow.
right?
Oh,
Does this work? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We'll just hold this. First of all, thank you for everything that you've done. I think I speak for everybody in the room when I
yeah.
say that you guys have changed a lot of lives.
Thank you.
My
For the
brother and I
worse.
were my brother and I were compared to Phineas and Ferb a lot as a kid, which is really special because we didn't have any characters that were like us.
Oh,
My
okay.
brother and I are kind of twins, and he was nonverbal a lot as a kid. We were both autistic, and I'm known to be very energetic, very inventive, and he was known to be kind of like quiet but very helpful. He always liked to go along and do whatever.
You get a lot of these?
Yeah. So it was really cool to have characters that we could actually see ourselves in.
That's cool.
Especially brothers that had such a cool relationship. So thank you guys for that. I had a question. If you guys have a favorite running gag from the show?
I do.
Gag. You do?
Yeah, I do.
What's yours?
I have two.
Okay.
First and foremost, I love the platypus, and then the hat. Perry the platypus.
Yeah.
I think that's just hilarious, and the memification of it in the last couple of years too has been really great. Like to the point where somebody's got, it's a teal colored pencil on the table, a platypus, and then it's a teal and a brown colored pencil. Perry the platypus. I'm like, wow, that is some minimalist humor, and I am here for it. But then the chicken replacinator.
Oh, from the movie.
It's almost like why rubber chickens were funny for so long. The fact that the chicken replacinator has come up a couple times, and I think it's even come up in Milo Murphy.
Okay. I don't remember that. I believe that it happened, though.
It hits me right in my funny bone, makes me chuckle,
Yeah.
I tell you what.
I think my favorite of the running gags, I really like the Clint Bloom, the old-timey bathing suit that lives in the Himalayas. Yeah, I love Clint Bloom. So, because it's just a really, really random joke. So is the floating baby head. That just appears.
I think that is next level random.
Yeah, which started as just like a gag for, the artists, and then ended up being like a whole thing. But yeah, so there's some fun ones for sure.
Clint Balloon is very special to me
Love
as well.
Clint Balloon.
Love that.
Big Clint Balloon fan.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thanks for joining the show.
thank you very much.
They're clapping for you. Your answer was better. Yeah.
Hello again.
Hey.
So a question will be for David. Okay, so in a Q&A session on YouTube, Dan, one of the creators of the show, revealed what FERB was short for. It's short for FERBS. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on that?
I think that's great. I think it's a really funny bit. Like, that is not what you expect, right? If somebody is like, yeah, it's short for something, what would you think FERB would be short for? Like, you're certainly not thinking that it's just one more letter, right? So FERBS, oh yeah, it's short for FERBS. FERB, okay, it's not really very helpful as a contraction, or a nickname, but we'll take it.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Did you know? Do you know his birthday?
Sorry, no. When is it?
February 29th.
It's true. It just happened.
He's got that
it's a
leap
rare
birthday.
Rare year that it happens, but yeah.
So he'll always be younger than Phineas.
And the first time that the show really started premiering was in a leap month.
I think so. Yeah.
It was February. It was in 2008.
February, right? That is
We did
accurate.
Phineas in
Yeah.
February, and it was a leap year. Yeah, and so they did February all month. That was when the show.
I definitely wish everybody a happy February.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, as you should. As you should.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Hey.
what you doing?
You know, not much. Answering questions at a panel.
Okay, I love this show. This is my childhood. I love it. I watch it every day. I'm trying to binge watch it and try to watch the last movie you guys made, and I'm really excited for the new season. My question is, what's your favorite songs? Those songs got stuck in my head all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite song that we've done is called "Summer Belongs to You." I really love that song. I think it's one of the best songs we've done. Yeah, it's a song I sing with Ashley. I like that song a lot.
Yeah, I like that one quite a bit, and Everything's Better with Perry is a big favorite of mine, and I'm tickled by adulting that was in the movie. I think that's fun, and it's fun to have the opportunity to make Ferb's voice an actual part of the song. Because as you know, usually Ferb's singing voice is replaced. It's either Danny Jacob.
I was about to say it's usually Danny. Yeah.
You know, I think maybe Dan has done some as well. Maybe for Backyard Beach.
Oh, okay. Maybe. Yeah.
It's not in my head, but he's usually replaced, and so when he gets to respond to Doof in the song, you know, come on, help me out, Ferb, or whatever, it's not a verb. And he does it in rhythm. I know it's not really like singing, but like the fact that he's a part of a song, I think that's kind of special for the character.
Mine is "Get you, goo you, I love you," and the theme song.
Yeah.
That one gets stuck in my head.
It's
Those are probably the
like
two most popular ones.
The theme song is a guarantee. Like you almost are like, yeah. So what is your favorite Phineas and Ferb song? Other than the theme song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. My question was, who is your favorite guest star on the show?
We had Seth MacFarlane on an episode, and that was really cool. It was on like our Comic-Con episode. And
Wasn't Kevin Smith on that one too?
maybe that might have been the same one. Yeah. And so I really liked having Seth MacFarlane because I grew up. I mean, I still to this day think he's one of my favorite voice actors. Just what he's able to accomplish on all the different shows he works on, and then he has like the most beautiful singing voice. Yeah, he's incredible. So having him on the show, I was like super jealous that I wasn't at the studio when he was recording. He's really great. We had Tina Fey on, and Ben Stiller. Those were really good.
Oh my gosh, The Daily Show. Jon Stewart.
John Kennedy. Yeah. Stupid.
Jon Stewart.
Yeah, we had Jon Stewart on. Yeah, that was a big deal at the time too. Really big deal because like that was like the height of the Daily Show. Yeah, we've had a lot of really good guest stars. Yeah, never mind. I can't say what I was going to say.
Swampy posted somebody who's going to be in the upcoming season.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, I actually
really
can't say
excited
what I
about
wanted
something.
to say.
If you go back through Swampy's social media,
what I was about to say too, yeah.
Check out somebody that he said was in the recording booth this year.
Wasn't me.
And I'm really excited about that one. Like, we can't say it out loud because
we had Damian Lewis on an episode that I like requested to be at recording the same day as him because I wanted to meet him, and he was the lead on Billions and one of the leads on Band of Brothers. He's a big British actor. And I like requested to be in the studio the same day. Where I was like, hey, can I record this so I can just like, I don't know, run into him? I'm like, oh my God, you guys are here right now. So he was a favorite of mine that we had back in the day too.
I'm always really excited when I run into this famous guy, Vincent Martella.
Yeah, we actually don't run into each other too much at the studio.
crossover.
Yeah.
We do crossover a fair amount.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
How about you?
Spencer, what was your favorite?
Clay Aiken and Shaka Khan.
Ah, there you go. That was a good one.
Shaka Khan, yeah. They're both in the same song, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah. What was that in? Was that in the Second Dimension?
That was the one where they're trying to go around the world.
That's Summer Belongs to You.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because they're on the big paper airplane.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for being here. Good morning.
Thank you for coming, Dipper.
My question is for Vincent.
Okay.
And it's about something else you worked on.
Yeah.
Around the same time.
Okay.
You were in the last season, the short-lived season, the 9th episode, I think it was, of R.L. Stein's Haunting Hour.
I was
You
on
were.
that show.
Just talking about
I was just
that.
talking about that show. Yeah.
Yeah, and you played a French exchange student who's not actually French. He's an alien from
Yes.
space.
That all adds up.
Running from other aliens.
I'm generally
that are-
typecast as that. Yes.
And then they're cheese
Just
puffs.
Vince.
I can't break out.
Yeah, so all the cheese puffs are chasing you.
Yes.
And slowly over the course of the episode, it fills the entire world with cheese puffs.
Yeah.
The ending scene in that is just everyone buried in cheese puffs.
Yeah.
So I was just, wondering how that was for you.
That was really fun. That was like an out of the blue casting too. Like that was just something where they liked my work and they were like, "Hey, do you want to come and do this funny French accent and be evil?"
And he went, "Oui."
Yeah. Sacre bleu. And then I got to go to Vancouver and film it.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. I had a very fun time. It was absolutely ridiculous. Like truly one of the most ridiculous. And it just came up the other day. Someone was like,
who are we talking about?
I can't remember who that was. But we were just talking about, that was like here, I want to say.
Maybe Lauren. It was Lauren.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yeah, at dinner the other day. One of the other voice actors was asking, they were like, "You worked on an R.L. Stein something?" And they were like, "Did you work on the Haunting Hour?" And I was like, "I did actually work on that show, yeah." So it was really fun. Yeah, they got me like a dialect coach, like a Frenchman who
Wasted that money.
Yeah,
I was going to say that's a little surprising.
terrible. I was shocked that they were giving me one. I was like, okay, this is hilarious. The whole thing was very, very funny to me. Like I every day on set, I was like, this is preposterous.
It's a very strange show.
It was awesome though. I had a lot of
Yeah.
fun. Everyone I worked with was super great, and it's the only time I've shot something in Canada, so that was cool.
Yeah. It's actually not available here in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd use a VPN to watch it.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. I wasn't sure where. I guess more people would be watching.
How very dare them not display the brilliance of Vincent Martella.
I know, and
on all
my
stations.
spot on French accent. It was completely accurate French accent. But yeah,
Hey, you were an alien. You didn't
I was an
have to do
alien.
that,
It's different. But yeah, it was fun. It was a good time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for a Conehead joke in there.
Yeah.
Like an alien from France. It's like we are from France.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. As a Bowling for Soup fan, I was wondering what your favorite Love Handle song was.
He does have a love handle.
It's a bit of a cheat because it's not actually a Love Handle song, but I love Ain't Got Rhythm.
Me too. Yeah, that's definitely that was gonna be my answer too. Well, that was also one of the earliest. That and Gitchy Gitchy Goo were some of the earliest songs that I ever recorded for the show, and so I remember just being really, really blown away hearing what the music was going to sound like on the show.
Yeah.
Like I knew what the theme song was the day I recorded the pilot because that was already done. The theme song had already been recorded, and they needed to get all my inserts for the hey, it's over here and things like that in the theme song. And so I'd heard that on my early records like in 2006, but like 2008-ish, 2009, when we were almost gonna like start, premiering episodes with music in it. That was one of the first songs that I heard me sing was Ain't Got Rhythm, and that was really, really cool. And it was with Steve Zahn, so that was awesome. He's a great actor. I never actually got to meet him. Yeah, tragedy.
He actually put in a request.
A request not to meet me?
Yeah.
That makes sense. He was like, I don't want to meet that 16-year-old at the time.
Do you have a favorite Love Handle song?
Yeah, it's Snuck Your Way. Why didn't you?
Yeah, that was going to be my second answer.
Yeah, I knew it.
Kind of the favorite. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Mario.
Hello. Hello, guys. I was just saying it's an honor to meet you guys.
Oh, no, yeah.
I was going to ask, did you guys know what an aglet was before the episode came out?
What an aglet was? No.
Absolutely not.
No. Not even a little bit.
Yeah, that just goes to show how influential all these songs are,
Yeah, everybody in the room does, right?
It's true. Yeah, everyone knows what it is now. Yeah.
AGLET. There was an instruction. Don't forget it. So we're proud of you.
Yeah. No, I had no idea what it was until I read that script And I never would have.
Yeah, till I heard the song.
Yeah, some people said that they heard it on like a Sweet Life of Zack and Cody episode or something.
Oh, funny.
They're lying. That's not true.
Those writers are dirty thieves.
Yeah, they're not. That's not real.
Well, I just want to say thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, if anybody else has any questions, by all means, please come on up and you can ask questions. If I may.
Yeah.
What is it? I mean, obviously, Phineas Ferb is very long lasting. I mean, you're talking 2006 prior to that. I mean, did you have, canned question, did you have any idea that a show like that would become such a pop culture icon?
No.
No, not at all. No, I mean, you never expect to work on something that, holds as much weight culturally as a show like Phineas and Ferb. Like, we know that we're really fortunate to work on something like this in general. But definitely, I don't think it's ever obvious, even when you love what you're working on, I don't think it's ever obvious that everyone's going to like it.
Yeah. But I think sometimes even when you do have the expectation, that's when you're dead wrong.
Yeah.
Like I just did the revival of Tiny Toons University, which is a ton of fun, and I was like, oh, this is going to hit, and people are going to love it, and they loved the original, and I think what they've done with the scripts is fantastic, and we're just kind of like, all right, so like six people know about it.
And I'm 5 of them.
That's kind of how I felt about Animaniacs when they rebooted it. I was kind of like, this is not the same. It doesn't hit the same as the first show did.
Well, and I'm really, really proud of.
You should. It's great. Yeah, no, it's great quality.
But like you kind of like if you have the expectation that's going to be like, oh, this is going to hit, and people are going to sort of ignite the fire of this brand. Sometimes it just doesn't.
No.
Yeah, and it was interesting too because the way that they gave me information about the pilot of Phineas and Ferb. I got to the pilot decently late because they, a wonderful woman at casting named Sarah Sherman, re-gave my audition tape to Dan and Swampy and was like, no, you should really listen to his audition again. Like, I really do think that he would be a good Phineas. And I was in Florida at the time because that's where I grew up. And I was recording like behind Disney World. And I went in there, and before I went in, they sent me a VHS tape of basically like a pitch package that they had shown the network of like, this is the style of humor of the show. Like, this is how it's going to be presented. And they had a whole animatic with Dan reading the whole pilot script, reading the whole roller coaster script while the animatic was happening, and then also describing like the thesis of the show and what makes it, why they wanted to do this show and how they wrote it together and when they met. It was like a whole, 30-minute pitch package that they've used, but it was really helpful for me to know, oh, this is the voice of the whole show. Like, this is how the jokes are supposed to land, and this is, what's supposed to hit. But mind you, this is something that they had for 13 years before Disney picked it up. So in terms of like us not knowing that it would become popular, they had been pitching it literally since the year after I was born. Like they had been pitching it constantly all throughout the 90s, and no one had accepted it. And that seems insane now, like looking at it being like, oh my God, it was such a big hit.
Did it become the biggest kids show in the world?
It was for a period.
So weird.
But so it's hard to know those types of things. Is all I'm saying. They had been doing it for 10 plus years by the time I even got a chance to record it. So yeah, I don't think you ever really know for sure.
That's cool. But the after effect of all of that, and then movies and what's coming up next, and I mean, how does that feel?
Yeah, more seasons. Woohoo!
Yeah, two more seasons of the show, and it feels awesome. We went to a Disneyland. Disney Channel night, and they had the characters back, and they were doing a dance party and stuff, and there was a bunch of people cosplaying as our characters. It was very surreal. It's a very surreal thing to see that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we feel super lucky that we get to do a show like this for sure, and have fans who care that much.
Yeah. I mean, heck, the fact that you guys are in this room tonight.
I know, on Easter Sunday. Oh my God. Yeah.
Well, gentleman's got another question.
Let's do it.
Oh yes. Okay. So, on the topic of Phineas and Ferb being part of Disney, so how would your characters play if they crossed over with Kingdom Hearts?
I really hope that.
I think that'd be
happens.
rad.
I know. I really hope that happens. Yeah, that would be really cool.
It would also be really fun to like have Ferb talk to Oswald or something.
Yeah,
That'd be me talking. to me.
He plays Oswald the Lucky Rabbit in a game right now. And so yeah, if you get to do that in another.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Speedstorm. You know that.
Yeah,
and
that's all I know.
They put out a survey of like who do you want for next racers, and I was like, we need Phineas and Ferb carts.
Yeah, that would work.
It'd be so cool to have like a paired up Phineas and Ferb cart.
They build a
On
race
the same.
car in an episode, The Fast and the Phineas.
Give Candace a cart. Give Doof a cart. Give Perry his own cart.
Buford doesn't get a cart.
No.
No car for Buford.
But like, I think that would be so rad.
Yeah. Oh, the Mario? Nice.
He's got an awesome mask.
The
He's
Mario
got
mask, yeah.
The Mario mustache and everything. It just took me a little by surprise.
But yeah, it would be really cool to be in Kingdom Hearts, to answer your question. That would be awesome.
Agreed. Wholeheartedly.
Oh, okay.
They would be a great sort of like.
You can ask another one.
I don't know what you would call it. Sort of assistants in the gummy ship building area. I think that would be a really
gummy ship area, huh?
I don't know what that is.
It's build your own ship, and it plays like a shoot 'em up flying plane genre for a while.
Cool.
Nice. So how would your characters fight the Heartless?
I don't know.
I think there would be a really, really cool. I mean, if I'm guessing, there would be a really cool.
Yeah, you got this one.
Borderline Transformer type Keyblade. Like they would have some sort of invention that would look innocuous. Like it would look like, oh, this is harmless, and then they would push a button and it would transform into like a really sick Keyblade or something like that, modeled after Sora's probably because they.
I would
just
love
were
to have
excited.
a Keyblade. That would be cool.
Wouldn't it be rad? Or they would get the Condor suit, and they would superhero
from
it
Marvel.
out. Yeah,
yeah, from the Mission Marvel.
Hey, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Cool.
So, how long have you guys been doing conventions? I mean, you got to the show, you've got other projects as well that you work on, but coming to shows for Phineas and Ferb, I mean, how's...
Just over a year
and a half almost?
Yeah.
Only a year and a half?
Yeah, this is either the 10th or 11th that we've done.
Yeah, so we about a year and a half.
And
maybe a little bit less.
And how does it feel to you guys to have crowds come in?
It's
just
super
to-
great. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that we get to work on stuff that we love and care about, but then also meet the people who really enjoy, consuming the content that we get to work on.
Absolutely.
It's
and like,
awesome.
When you drop into the voice or anything like that and you see it's been characterized as like this little light from inside starts to glow, that's a really fun, because we have a lot of people who come up and they're either overwhelmed or just sort of straight-faced, and then like you do the voice and there's like it's like the smallest smile that comes over their face then, and you can tell that it's just radiating, and that's really fulfilling.
Any like big happenings? Anybody come to you with any type of big story that your characters, your voices may have gotten them through something or changed?
I think
their
what's
lives?
awesome is there are a lot of people who kind of come up and talk to us about how this is a show that they watched with their family and like grew up watching like with their parents or something, or it was like a big like family show for them, and that's always really special to have worked on something that entire families watch together and it resonates with all of them and they can enjoy it. So like that's always something that I really love to hear, is that people are like, oh, I grew up watching this show like with my dad, or like I grew up like this was our family show.
It's kind of surprising and exciting, that people will come up and they're like, hey, could I get a print for my mom? Right, because they're like, we always watched this together. And she always loved the show, or they'll get it for their grandparents, or we'll have grandparents come up and they're like, yeah, I watched this with the grandkids, and honestly, without them too. Because they just like the show. I think the cross generational appeal of Phineas and Ferb is so wonderful because it's not talking down to any group. and it's accessible for everybody. Like if you're young and you don't get a joke, okay. But
I
that
wish
joke
I
is
was
there
young.
for-
I wish I didn't get jokes, but I'm old now, and I get all of them.
And crusty.
Yeah, true.
But it's cool because then as you grow with the show, you also wind up almost like unearthing more information. It's like being able to mine more precious metals out of the show, if you will. Kind of like, I mean, if you're of my generation or before or right after, you know, a lot of the Disney stuff that was coming out in the Disney Renaissance. You know, when you're growing up and you're watching it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This movie, this Aladdin is really wow. And then you go back as an adult and you're like, oh, they made that joke?
Yeah.
Oh, nobody knew about it. Okay, that's fine. The kids didn't know. That's great. Or like Shrek. I mean, his name is Lord Farquaad.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I agree. I agree with what he said. Yeah.
So I think to land that plane, I think that Phineas and Ferb has a lot of that shared DNA of having a lot of different instruments playing at the same time, and as you get older, you can just hear more and more of the orchestra.
Has that kind of a moment happened to you with your own show, going back and maybe rewatching stuff 10, 15 years later and going, I made that joke?
Has there been any?
That hasn't happened to me. No, I mean, I have a more of a comfortability watching cartoons that I've worked on than watching live action things that I've worked on, because there's like a separation there for me, which is nice. So whenever I watch Phineas and Ferb or any other cartoon that I've done, it's nice I can just like kind of watch it as a fan and consume it. And also there's such distance between when I've recorded the episodes to when they come out in general. You know, it's nice to go, oh yeah, like I remember a lot of things about this script, but maybe not every joke. Like, so I'm, you know, surprised by the jokes. But I don't think there's been anything that I've revisited that I'm like, this completely surprised me.
Yeah, I would have to go back and see if there was anything that was like,
yeah, I don't know.
That was more mature than I thought it was.
Yeah. But I feel like there's a lot of art jokes that they make too that kids are going to get as they get older.
Oddly.
Like ways that like the boys are dressed and like things that they're referencing and things like that. Because like I know there was an episode where Phineas and Ferb were dressed like Miami Vice for a period of time, and also the Blues Brothers and things like that. It's like,
in the movie, or no, was it Milo Murphy's?
Yeah.
They did the whole Uptown Funk.
Yeah, and it's like I don't think that kids are going to get that when they watch that, but they will when they're in like high school or you know when they're in college and be like, oh yeah, Miami Vice.
I have this odd sensation that some of the swings in the new scripts will deliver that down the line.
Yeah, I agree.
I think there's going to be stuff that people don't get, but then they will.
Yeah.
In the new stuff.
Yeah.
Which is really good, by the way.
It is good.
Does anybody have any more questions? Do you want to come up and ask a question? We still got a couple minutes left. We can fit some more questions in.
Oh, here we go. Mabel.
Hi, thank you guys for coming out.
Of course.
Yeah.
I guess just my question would be, there's so many episodes and they make so many inventions, and I was wondering if there are any like inventions you guys think Phineas and Ferb could make that they haven't made yet, and if not, maybe one they could revisit.
A functioning world government. No, that was one of your jokes, and it feels like it anyway. Gosh, if you've got one. Go ahead.
An invention that we haven't made yet that I've wanted us to. I don't think so. I would like us to be able to almost like parody more stuff. But I know that there are all kinds of parody laws that I didn't even know about until I was working on Phineas and Ferb, where I was like, oh, that you're not allowed to do that. Like something like I know we did stuff with Ferb dressed like Frankenstein, and there was really specific art things that you couldn't do because like Universal Pictures owns the rights to like the bolts being in like the neck and things like that, like really specific aesthetic stuff that even though it's parody, like you can't get away with it because didn't
they put him in his forehead or something?
They had to put him in his forehead or something. Yeah, they had to move it around, And so like I would love us to be able to parody more like pop culture things, kind of in a way that like shows like Family Guy and like South Park and The Simpsons can get away with, but we also just can't because we're a younger audience show. But I would love for us to be able to like directly parody more pop culture that's like relevant in the moment. More than I can think of like an invention.
Invention-wise, I don't know why, like some sort of multi-function vehicle that's like, oh, it's a plane, it's also a train, and it's a submarine. And
because we have a submarine
car.
episode.
I know, but like a combination,
we have a race
like some
car
sort of
episode.
journey where they need all of them at once. 'Cause
Yeah.
it would tick like the Transformers bug in me.
Yeah. He does have a transforming bug inside of him, and it's incurable.
Well. Hopefully it'll start to help.
Hopefully.
But yeah, I think something like that. I don't know why. That or like in my brain. Apparently, I'm fascinated by trains this morning because I'm also thinking like some sort of really cool bullet train tourist trap or something like that.
Bullet train?
Like where they're seeing all 7 wonders of the world in an afternoon because the train goes that fast.
Oh yeah.
What if Phineas and Ferb finally made that train that we've all been hearing about for our whole lives from Vegas to LA?
There we go. I think that might be a little inside baseball, but let's do it.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
I feel like every year of my life they've been like, we're doing it, and then it doesn't happen. Like,
You're doing it, Peter?
Yeah, you're gonna get from San Francisco to Los Angeles in 45 minutes, and it's like, just kidding. We can't do that.
Well, that'd be great for you because your dad's there.
I know.
There's a mile's worth of track built in Fresno.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it.
Send Phineas and Ferb out to Fresno.
Get it done.
First off, love the show. Remember when I saw the first promos for like its premiere, not like thinking, oh, that looks fun. And then I remember the biggest thing was when I saw the Star Wars crossover announcement. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, this is big. Which leads me to my question. Between the two big crossovers you did, Mission Marvel and Star Wars, which one was your favorite?
Star Wars.
Star Wars. I'm a superhero nut. I'm also a big Star Wars guy, and I think that they nailed it.
Yeah, the Star Wars
Star
episode was
one.
great, yeah. And just having the art, like the Star Wars art with our characters is really cool. I was saying on our panel on Friday, I was like, I always wish that they had the Phineas and Ferb Star Wars characters as like toys or something, or as figurines.
Sideshow to do some like really dope
I know,
statues.
to do some really cool ones. I would love to have that. I have a piece of
Darth Doof.
I know, yeah. I have a piece of art from the Star Wars episode that they gave me on my 21st birthday. That's like Phineas cutting cake with a lightsaber, and it's really awesome. And everyone from the whole crew signed it, and it was really, really cool. But I would love to have more art and more product from that. Every so often at conventions, people will show me like a Perry the Platypus Star Wars shirt, and I'm like, where did you even get this? Probably Etsy or something, like probably some sort of aftermarket artist thing.
Did they ever call him Darth and Schmertz? Because if they didn't,
know.
I think that's a missed opportunity.
Make a call to Kathleen Kennedy.
That's perfect because that was my favorite.
Oh, awesome!
Nice,
Great.
Yeah, I laughed from the very final line of the opening crawl. Where and by the way, this is all non-canon. Don't worry. Thank you very much.
Yeah, cheers. Hello again.
My next question is mostly for Vincent, I suppose.
Okay.
When you had to do a lot of singing in one episode, like the roller coaster episode, did you do that all in one session or?
No, usually we do. We break up music sessions so that it's like a song per session. We usually don't do all of the songs in one.
Was it hard to learn to sing in Phineas's voice?
It wasn't hard to. No, it wasn't hard to learn how to. What's hard is I'm not a professional singer, and I love singing as a hobby. But I'll go in and I'm like working with the best musicians in the industry who write all this music. And I was going, they're like, do you know how flat you are? And I'm like, I didn't know, but I do now.
I've found it fascinating when you've talked about the writing limitations. Because of the character voice.
Yeah, sorry, as I put my nose here.
because there are like biological considerations to doing a character voice, right?
If you're gonna do this, there are certain limitations. You can go down a little bit, but you know, in terms of making it work, you got squishes.
Which is going to affect where you can write it. And so since Phineas is a character voice...
there are considerations that they have to take into place when writing music for me, where it's like, here's what Phineas's range is, because if you go too high or you go too low, it doesn't sound like Phineas anymore, it doesn't sound right. But also, then they have to write songs for Ashley and I together, and they have to hit Ashley's
sweet spot,
which is not the same as mine a lot of times, so they have to overlap in weird ways. And those sessions can be difficult because that's like really pushing what both of us are comfortable doing.
Right.
Where it's like Phineas is now going to have to be very high to kind of match what she's doing and to harmonize properly with her. But I love getting to do music sessions. I'm super, super lucky that they let me sing a lot of these songs that like people really love. Yeah. So it's super cool. I'm just, yeah, it's always very clear to me when I'm like, oh, this isn't my profession. Like this is like it is at this point. Like because I've recorded a lot of music for the show.
All right, that was a good first attempt, Vince.
Yeah, but that's a lot of the like that was good for a first take. Let's roll again.
But I worked on this all.
Yeah, I was like, I've really worked on this. I really thought. And it's just when you work with people who like their main job is professional musician.
Oh, there's nothing like a session musician.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, yeah, okay. You can hear exactly how off I am the moment I start. You're just like, yeah, this is how flat or sharp you are, and they can sing back to you exactly like where you missed. And so it's always very humbling.
I get that.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you.
For sure.
Hi.
Hi.
First, want to say thank you so much for working on the show. It was amazing watching it growing up, especially when, that wild creativity of childhood goes away. It was always great to watch a show and have it get reignited.
Yeah.
And as someone who was born and raised here in Roseville, thank you so much for coming here because it's so great to see that it's now become more on the map and our pride joint is the Galleria. So my question is, what was your favorite part of visiting that Galleria?
Oh, of going to the Galleria last night?
I hadn't been in a Spencer's for like 15 years.
Yeah. We went to a Spencer's last night and found a Perry the Platypus hat.
We did. We always, wherever we go, we check the con floor. We're like, is there any Phineas and Ferb merch? And,
to see if there's any cool art or something from an artist.
Being at the mall, of course, we checked box lunch. I saw some X-Men 97 stuff, which made it really hard for me to not get a jacket.
Because he was cold. He was very cold.
I don't need it.
But then, in the Spencer's, he's like, oh, there you are, Perry.
Just one single hat. It was really weird. But yeah, we also got to stare at a really lonely looking Easter bunny. It was just waiting for people to take pictures with him.
He got a great balcony picture, and I don't know if you guys use this function on your phones. Like if you have an Apple phone, you can do the cutout.
You're really good at that, yeah.
So now I have a sad Easter bunny sticker.
Just a really sad Easter bunny, sitting all alone. But yeah, I guess it was decently busy last night. I guess, yeah.
Oh, great, thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's some civic pride.
Hello again.
Hello again.
I was gonna say, what was your favorite song from the Star Wars crossover?
Favorite song in the Star Wars crossover? I don't know if I sing any in that.
I mean, there are some good ones.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of them are gonna stand out. Is there a construction montage song in that one?
I don't.
Or is it just the boys? They do have a montage, but it's just all about how much they love being on Tatooine.
I was about to say, there's the Tatooine song. That's the only one I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess that one, because that's the only one that comes to mind.
Yeah, that was also that one's also a favorite of mine.
Okay.
Me and my friend were listening to it when we were driving over here.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I would say I also love the Sithinator song.
Okay.
Oh, okay, got you.
A solid choice.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
If you could change one thing about the Phineas and Ferb movie, what would you change?
Change something?
Ooh, which one? Second Dimension or Candace Against the Universe?
Second Dimension.
Second Dimension.
Not the brand new best friend song. I love that song. I often forget about it, but boy, do I love that song. So that's staying the same. I'll keep thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I like the joke of us getting our memories wiped, and so Isabella kisses Phineas because she's like, "Oh, no one's gonna remember this." But I guess change that so that they don't have to wait until they're, going to college to realize that they both have a crush on one another.
That's a really good
I guess I'd change
answer.
that.
I'm gonna have a cop-out answer and say I would change that they only have one additional episode from that universe. I would like to see more of what happens in the aftermath.
Yeah, I would like to. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Because they got the movie and then they have that one episode where we revisit those folks. I would like to see more of those episodes. That's my change. It's a cop-out and I'm sorry.
Okay.
Forgive him, please.
I forgive you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Cool.
Hello. All right. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Thank you for voicing Phineas and Ferb. Kind of like in the early 2000s, we were a little bit in a transitional phase with cartoon.
Yeah, George W. Bush was president.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, so, with like Shrek and SpongeBob, people and executives, they want a little bit more cynicism in their cartoon.
Yeah.
And sort of what made Phineas and Ferb kind of stick out to me was, it wasn't very cynical. It was very... it was very joyous, It had its little childlike wonder. But,
I think... Sorry, go ahead.
I think there's like a little bit of this, there's an internet post that got popular where there was a scene where Phineas tells Candace to get on the trike, and he yells at her, and it's like the first time we see her snap. And I learned that like in the pilot, Phineas was supposed to be much more cynical, he was supposed to be a lot more SpongeBob-y.
Yeah.
But, what do you think it would kind of be like if Phineas was just a bit more cynical, like had a bit more of a side to him where he just snaps?
Yeah. Every so often they let me do something that's like really out of the ordinary for Phineas, and he gets to do that, and I think it makes those moments hit harder because he doesn't do them all the time, and also it makes his character more unique, so that he's not super similar to someone like SpongeBob or someone like Timmy Turner or something like that, who has like kind of like a that like twinkle in their eye of like I'm gonna do something like bad. I like the fact that even with Candace always trying to like bust Phineas and Ferb never...
They're ignorant of any negativity.
They want her to have the best day ever too. So like they're not trying to hide stuff from her or something like that. And I think it makes them unique, positive characters by doing that.
And I think one of the ways...
I like it.
One of the ways that we kind of get to avoid the cynicism is we actually do have a couple of lovable losers when you really think about it.
Is that what you've been calling me?
Every darn day.
That's what they call
LL
me
for short.
at the studio.
But no, you do. You have Doofenshmirtz constantly failing.
It's true.
But he still tries every day.
Yeah.
Unless he has a different project, and then him and Perry are just
do it
around,
together.
which is, like,
Do whatever
wonderful.
the activity is.
And Candace, I mean, she fails a lot.
It's true.
But she believes that she can do it, and she wants to do it, and so there's not this cynical mentality on those characters, but they're lovable losers.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the way to be able to capture that part of the human experience without being on that sort of negative side of that pendulum swing.
Yeah, I think there's just a little more backbone because Doof struggle is a little more adult.
Yes, he's like paying alimony and stuff.
But like
he's being paid.
He's being paid. Yeah. By his ex-wife, Allison Janney.
In general, like Phineas's characterization is a lot more consistent than SpongeBob because he can snap in the earlier seasons. But, but like the middle seasons, he's like way too cynical, or he gets like really obsessive and creepy towards like Squidward and stuff. But like in the future seasons, they get newer writers.
Yeah.
Like Phineas and Ferb.
I will say something about the pilot thing, 'cause I have seen that online about how he was originally supposed to be more cynical. By the time I got to the show, which, as I said, there was 13 years of them pitching the show to a lot of people. By the time that I was acting on the show, though, they never directed me that way. That was never something that they gave to me. So I've seen that on the internet too, but I don't know at what point in the process that was the case, because it wasn't when I started working on it.
Now, son, you can't believe everything you see on the internet.
It's true, yeah. But so I don't know, because there was a huge gap in time where, as I was saying earlier, that they were pitching the show and it wasn't getting picked up. So I don't know. But yeah, that was a good question. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
He's like almost eye to eye with us, and we're on the.
I know.
We can take these last 2 questions.
Yeah.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Hey.
Can I just say one thing before I ask my question?
Yes.
I saw a front view of Phineas and Ferb's face, and it still creeps me out to this day.
Good.
So I'm glad that we only get the side view. But
You're welcome.
how did you guys come up with the "Squirrels in My Pants" song? Because that gets stuck in my head randomly.
Oh, yes.
Was that a Danny song or was that a Dan song?
I don't know, but that wasn't us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't write that song or sing on that song.
No.
Yeah, that's Danny singing on that song.
I think Phil Lamar is on that song.
Yeah, I think Phil Lamar might be on that song too. So yeah, that's honestly just our amazing writers being hilarious and being really talented musicians.
Yeah, getting like a little peek behind the curtain, which is one of the coolest things about social media, in my opinion.
Isn't that you're peeking behind people's curtains?
Into the writing process.
Oh, we didn't say. Okay, sorry.
Dan is like he posts a lot, right? He's got 6 million plus followers on TikTok, all that. So you get to see a lot more of what the process is with these new episodes, and I've been really digging those moments where they talk about the songs that they're writing, or because Olivia is a pal, getting sort of a peek at some of the music before anybody else has a chance to hear it. I'm piggybacking on him. We just really have an amazing writing team.
We do. Yeah, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
And they're all really like multi-talented.
Yeah, incredibly musically minded.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
So yeah, to answer your question, it's just our amazing writers.
Yeah, it gets stuck in my head. It's
Good.
a earworm.
That's the goal.
I
Yeah,
was
that's the
sitting
goal.
over there eating my corn dog, and it was playing in my head.
Oh, perfect. It's pretty good corn dog eating music.
As corn dog eating soundtracks go, I think that's
It's up
at least
there.
track 3.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh goodness, it's my turn. Okay, I just wanted to say.
And you're last, so make it good.
I got you. Don't worry. So I used to love Phineas Ferb as a child. I used to hate Candace growing up. Yeah, I could not stand Candace until I became my older sister and started to understand.
You're like, oh.
I was like, oh, that's why she's doing that. Maybe I should do that
makes
too.
Sense, yeah.
But my question is, because I know this happens to a lot of voice actors, if you guys ever play like online games or anything, do people recognize you by the characters that you play?
No. Because I do play a lot of online games.
I have had a couple of people try to friend me on Speedstorm.
Oh, is your name just your name?
Errigo voice.
Oh.
Yeah. So people will be like, oh, that's the voice of Oswald.
No, I also don't usually keep my comms open to the public. Like I like have party chat with like my friends, but I'm not usually keeping it open. I stream a little bit, and so I think people might add me because of that. But no, it hasn't happened to me. I mean, when I was like in high school, I would get good fun out of doing like different voices in like the lobby for like Halo 3 or something. Like
you do a lot more PvP than I do. Like
I do.
I get so frustrated because there are a lot of people that are a lot better at video games than me. So I'll do.
I'm a
more
real psycho
games.
with first-person shooters. Yeah, I'm good. I'm very good.
And I'll do an FPS, but it's like if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do Borderlands.
Yeah.
And if I'm playing with people online, it's because I'm playing alongside them.
No, not me.
Not against them.
Yeah, not me.
Because then, like, sure, I can weaponize their skill as opposed to be obliterated.
Yeah,
by
no, I'm trying to destroy my enemies. But yeah, so it hasn't happened to me, but I don't think it will either. I'm not speaking in my character's voices usually.
Right.
So.
Well, that was my only question. Thank
Cool.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Cool. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, thank
Pleasure.
you. Thanks everybody for coming
Give
by.
a big round of applause to David and Vincent. You guys are going to be back at your booth signing away.
Yeah, we're going back to our booths right now.
So if you have any other questions you think of during the day, go hit them up at their booths. Go shake a hand. Go get an autograph. Go ask a question. They're here for the rest of the day. So thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks, guys.